I think my favorite thing about was seeing the culture and the experiences that the little kids had while we were there. Like, to them, we weren't just we were foreigners in their country, but they didn't care that we didn't really understand them much. They just wanted to have fun.
Even though there was a language barrier, they just loved you unconditionally, and it was just amazing.
Everyone understands that when you're laughing, you're happy and you're really joyful, and that's just what I saw in the kids there, was a lot of happiness when we showed up, bringing games to play and coloring sheets and different activities like that.
And there's a all boys cabin, all girls casa, I guess what they're called, and a mixed casa. And one of my favorite times was when we went to the girls casa, and you got to eat dinner with them and just get to know them. And then we played games and did fun dances and just had the best time. So that was probably one of my favorite parts.
I loved going out into the community and seeing the culture and getting to know the people and how they live and how they worship God. And it was just an amazing experience of seeing how they do things differently and how they serve the same God that we do.
So we would sing, and we would sing first in English, and then they would sing in Spanish, and then we had both of us singing at the same time in the two different languages. And to hear the two different languages singing the exact same thing, praising God, was the most beautiful, inspiring things I've ever experienced.
One of my favorite things about Ecuador was definitely working with Justin and Jonna and seeing them interact with all the kids and helping us out, especially because we had no idea what was going on. And
I really like talking to people not from Ecuador, but other people that were going to help out down there that are just from America, normal guys that I wouldn't have been able to meet otherwise. That was really cool to be able to talk to them.
My second favorite thing about Ecuador is when we were at the retirement home and this little band started playing, and all these old ladies, which we called Marias because 20 out of the 26 were named Maria, and they got up and they started like dancing with us, and then they passed around this mysterious drink that they like dumped into this little 8-ounce cup, and they made you chug it, and they tried giving that to everybody while some of us danced our way out of it.
my other favorite part about Ecuador was going and visiting the families that weren't living in such great situations and seeing them and their housing situation and painting the little girls' fingernails and giving them candy and a little Elmo and seeing what they did for a living, and then realizing that we don't have it tough. And
my favorite thing about Ecuador was experiencing the culture there and to see how they live and the hardships that they face, and it really humbles you because you realize how blessed we are in America.
We went to a family that they had a flood strike their house twice, actually. In the first one, they lost 2 kids. And after he told us that, I heard him say, God is good. You have a lot of strength if you can say God is good after losing 2 kids in a flood, then having another flood take your house, where your pigs have a better roof over their head. And that touched me.
Thank you, Broadway.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Broadway, for supporting us financially and also praying for a safe journey on this trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Broadway.